Good afternoon.
Where are we today, Kath?
We're in a town, a northern town.
Yes, we are.
Where are we?
Well, we're in, is it Merseyside?
No, Lancashire.
Is it Lancashire?
Yeah.
Well, some say it's Lancashire, some say it's Merseyside.
It's only Merseyside because of council boundaries.
Is it? So where are we?
Prescot.
Prescot?
Yeah.
And what do we know about Prescot, Kath?
It's a town.
It is. Well, I've never been here, so where is it?
Well, it's sort of situated between, it's in the middle. Liverpool one end,
yes.
St Helens and Warrington the other end.
It is. So,
and yeah.
Yeah. It's a small market town.
It's a town of small curiosities, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. I say it's most famous for manufacturing copper wire.
BICC.
And
they were one of the biggest employers in the town, weren't they, at one stage?
World famous for watchmaking.
Definitely, yeah.
So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll have a look. We're going up a bit of a hill at the moment.
I know,
so let's have a look.
Through, isn't it?
Okay. It's just after Christmas, so it's that strange period in between Christmas and New Year, isn't it?
We've just come through the retail park. There is the Prescot Cables retail park. That
apparently so.
There's no end of people.
No, there isn't.
And it was supposed to be in a time of high energy prices and high inflation and
yeah,
God knows what else. But you wouldn't think so looking at that car park.
No, you wouldn't.
Wall-to-wall cars.
That's right. I'm just going to cross over, building new things here. This is happening all over the country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building new
builds,
new houses
or another,
everywhere, all over the country.
What are they going to do with all the good solid houses that could be brought back?
I don't know.
Into habitation?
They all look very ugly to me, don't they?
The new builds,
yeah. As, historically speaking, that is.
Cheaply made as well.
They're not going to last, are they?
No.
They're the slums of the future, I'd say, Kath.
So. I think you're right.
Anyway, we're going up this hill.
And the sun's come out.
There's an older post office there. Never seen that before. There's a postman. The post office. Royal Mail. There we go.
So this is a day or so after Storm Gareth, isn't it?
It is. It's been very wet today. But we've got a bit of sunshine now, yeah, which helps.
So we're grabbing the opportunity while we can, aren't we?
Yeah. We're going up to the main street
this brew
of Prescot here. Oh, getting up that brew.
I think I'm going to collapse by the time I get out here.
It's funny. They call it a brew here in Prescot. See that?
Oh, take 5 minutes, man.
Yeah. So they call it a brew.
A brew.
A brew here. This side of Manchester, or I suppose the Liverpool side of Manchester, when they're going up a hill, we call it a brew. In Manchester,
it is a brew.
On the other side of Manchester, in Yorkshire and East Lancashire,
yeah, they call it
a brow.
A brow, that's true.
Which is a Norse name.
In sound.
It's Norse name.
Brew and brow.
Brow, going up brow.
Yeah.
And here they say going up brew.
Yeah. Not like making a brew.
No.
Which is a cup of tea.
Brow is a Norse word for
hill.
Ridge.
Or ridge.
Hill
or
ridge.
Is it slow climb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brew is a Prescotian term.
Yeah.
for tea. Do you get the connection?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steeping your tea leaves.
And it's a steep brew.
Up the brew.
Exactly.
It's a steep brew.
That's where it comes from.
Our tea leaves.
You didn't use good tea bags then for.
No, they didn't.
Use proper tea.
Yeah. So we're just going down here, and we just cross over.
I've noticed there's a fair bit of graffiti since we came in there.
Yeah. It is a bit, isn't it? So this is called Eccleston Street, and many years ago this street here, which goes right down there, down that way, used to be called Fountains Lane. Fountain Lane, and that's because
Tommy the Butcher.
Tommy the Butcher over there. The Fountain Lane was because all of these shops here have cellars
Underneath.
Yeah.
Down below.
And in the winter they used to flood, because apparently there's an underground river
Underneath here?
right down here, and it used to flood them.
Is that part of the River Alt?
No.
No.
It actually originates in Lord Derby's estate.
Ah, right.
Which is
Because I
over
know
there.
the River Alt also connects to Prescot to Heighton, doesn't it? At some stage.
No,
It does, you know.
no,
You sure?
I don't think so.
Or maybe not. But
Okay.
it does in Heighton.
Yeah, this building was an old watch factory at one time. That's
You
the
can
old
see
watch
the big
factory.
windows at the top filter like light in.
Yeah. So that was an old watch factory, and it's got a little plaque on the side here to say what it is. The flat iron building, which is being done up at the moment. Yeah, one of the last old watch factories in Prescot, apparently. So I'm told, Kath, because I know nothing about this, because I've never been to Prescot before.
You never been to Prescot?
No, I've never been to Prescot.
Never?
Never.
Never been to Prescot?
And these, you see these? They've been done up, these. These are old watchmaking workshops in Prescot. They're very rare now. The old watchmaking workshops. And they used to be at the back of every house at one time. The old watchmaking workshops.
Now, isn't there a big connection down there to that?
There is. Shall we go down to it?
Should we go and have a look?
Yeah.
From what I've read, anyway.
Yeah. What do you think of this town, Kath?
It's alright as towns go.
You think so? Is it worth visiting? You know,
You've got to
from a
ask yourself, what's it got to offer?
two Loons Latrec video, is it worth videoing?
Well, what's it got
Going
to offer us, and then we can
Well, it's got
decide.
lots of history,
Exactly.
which is a start, but it's got something very special here, which we're going to talk about towards the end of the video, shall we? We'll just go to this old watch factory, or it used to be a watch factory, and have a look at that. So
It's just here, isn't it?
yeah, I'll just turn the camera around.
Right, so this is it.
This is it. This is the old watch factory that opened in about 1890, and Prescot were the world leaders in making watches, some of the finest watches in the world. mechanical devices, which were
precision skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making watches.
they're equivalent to the iPhone of today, a watch. So
Can we go down and have a look?
yeah, we'll go down. I think the sun's catching us there, so we'll have a look at that. It's got a checkered history. This, it opened in 1890 and it closed around about 1810, so it was only open 20 years.
Hang on. Closed in 1890.
Opened
In 1890 and closed in 1810.
Yeah,
I mean 1910.
1910, sorry. Yeah, 1910.
That's not long, is it? It's
Only 20 years they built this, and the idea was to build this watch company, Lancashire Watch Company, to compete with American imports and Swiss imports. But of course they couldn't compete.
No.
They tried out too many designs. They weren't focused enough. They did lots of different things trying to make it work.
Swiss imports cheaper as well?
Yeah, they were cheaper.
Yeah,
So we couldn't compete.
Wasn't it?
And eventually it closed, and now it's converted into
Is it residential again?
residential. It's shelter accommodation apparently.
Oh, so they're all like apartments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like an apartment block now, but at least the building's still here. It's a grade 2 listed building as well, the Lancashire Watch Company.
I wonder if there's any remnants inside. That's
Well, there may be.
a relic to the past.
Yeah, but you've all got an old gate post there, and you can see here, if we go around the service yard,
Well, this had been a
See the
fucking
old-
Inception, Philip, do you think?
possibly, yeah. Hundreds of people work there, very skilled craftspeople.
Windows.
Yeah. So there are remnants of the past, and these. See these?
They would be off the top of the gateposts, wouldn't
Yeah,
That's
they would have been
one that would
another
have been
one on the other
opposite
side of there.
Yeah.
They would have clocked in and out every day. So, the end of watchmaking in Prescot, and indeed in England itself. It's
Yeah, but
amazing.
was this the only one
No, there was,
making
there was other
in the
ones.
UK?
Well, this was the main one, really. I mean, watchmaking during the 18th and 17th, 18th, early 19th century, Prescot was at the heart of watchmaking in the world.
Why didn't they keep up then with the rest?
They
of it?
they couldn't keep up with the
They just couldn't compete with the market.
with the cheap imports.
Yeah.
It was like cheap imports from America and other places. So yeah, so
And I suppose the others, the US and the Swiss, were bigger in production as well.
yeah,
Made more.
they just did the automation better.
Yeah.
You know, Henry Ford spearheaded that in America,
Yeah.
and every watch and clock that was made in Prescot was generally handmade, with an industry that went back to the 1600s.
Wow. So you couldn't compete with the manufacturing on a big scale.
You can't compete with that
No.
because you're doing an artisan product, if you like,
Precise.
precise, handmade.
work, handmade.
They remember that when they started watchmaking in Prescot, they had no electricity.
Yeah.
They were doing everything by candlelight.
Would they have gas lights
No.
inside? No, just candlelit.
They used to go down to Prescot Brook and collect reeds.
Oh, to light.
The children used to make reed lights from the reeds at Prescot Brook.
How would they do that?
They used to take the reeds and strip them, and they had like a tallow inside,
Yeah.
and they used to cover them with animal fats and stuff,
Right.
and they used to burn them
So that'd act as a wax.
like a wax
Covering,
like
yeah.
a candle,
Yeah.
a cheap candle which was freely available. It cost no money. So yeah,
God, they must have got really poor eyesight though through doing that.
yeah. Well, a lot of the children did the work, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of young people did the work, and a lot of women as well.
Let's go around
So
here. See the front bit.
okay. So we're going to have a look at the front. Nice green wall there. that.
Clockwork Court.
Clockwork Court.
That's in, is that a new build?
I think so, yeah. Let's see. Clocks. It's called the Watch Factory now. So there is a nod to the old watchmaking industry in Prescot. So we're not going in. That's it.
But see the windows right at the top as well.
Yeah. Then windows were used to let as much light in as possible.
So with the these small panes,
they would have benches running along them.
Yeah.
So you get as much light.
Would they be the same size as what there are now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The technology wasn't good enough to produce large panes of brick glass back then. It was very expensive,
panels,
small panes. Yeah. So that's it. The old watchmaking industry in Prescot.
And of course you had the other cable.
Yeah.
Copper cable industry through the behind.
We did. We're going to go back up to the high street now and have a look round the town. It's called Pottery Fields. Must have been a pottery industry there at one time, Kath.
Making clay pots stuff.
Yeah. So there must have been a clay pit nearby, where they could get the clay out of.
Yeah.
For that to be there.
Because it's a raw material, isn't it, to use?
It is.
So that watch factory must have employed a lot of people.
It did. What they did is, the end of the 19th century, is they bought up all the old little cottage industry types around the town.
Yeah.
So they bought up all the businesses.
What, and then operated from there?
And then they operated from there, basically, under the Lancashire Watch Company name. So they collected everybody together who was involved in watchmaking throughout the town.
Yeah.
All the hundreds of little cottage industries. And they all worked there.
Right.
Hoping to
capitalise on the whole.
make it industrialised, yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't work, unfortunately.
So that factory was only actually open for
20 years, yeah.
Wow.
And
so what happened to it after 1910?
well, it was given over to the First World War effort, and it became the Pals Barracks.
Ah, right.
So we had regiments of the Liverpool Pals would stay there.
Was it not the Prescot Pals?
Well, no, it's the Liverpool Pals.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, that's a nice old pub, isn't it? Thomas Hall. Yeah, fine pints in there, Kath. So, yeah, and so in 1914 it became the Pals Barracks.
Yeah.
Liverpool Pals, before going off to war in 1915.
Nice.
And then it became a Printers and something else.
Oh, so it was a Printers for a number of years?
Yeah.
And what was
a good number of years. Tinglins. Tinglins. So we're back on Eccleston Street. Now, one thing I didn't tell you about Eccleston Street is, when we were down here last, earlier in the video, is that here, around here somewhere, is the site of the first Elizabethan theatre outside London. Purpose-built theatre.
An original one?
Yeah, built in the 1590s.
Now, do they know exactly where it is?
It's around here.
So, yeah, but can they pinpoint?
Well, it could be this side here, but excavations haven't been done. Well, it could be this side anyway.
Wouldn't it be good to get an excavation?
In early days, the council used to think it was here. at the Flatiron building. But now, recent historians seem to think it might be over here.
So,
Or if it's not over there, it might be over there.
wasn't
You
it?
can't be sure. Could be. Could
So,
be.
has anyone done any investigations of that?
No.
No.
Well, it takes money, doesn't it, to do investigations? No. So this is Eccleston Street. The Watchmaker. Everywhere you go in Prescot you see references to watchmaking. And there's a trail that you can go along around, and it's full of like red plaques on the walls that tell you a bit about some nice shops here. Tell you about the history of Prescot and watchmaking, various things like that. So it's nice, don't you think?
Has that been emptied?
I think it has.
I've just said hello to one of the very nice shopkeepers here.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Tommy the Butcher's.
Oh, Tommy the Butcher's. Look, have you seen this? This is new, isn't it? The Tempest.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's in reference to the theatre that used to be there. The Shakespearean theatre.
Might
Because it
be.
was built during the time that Shakespeare was a lad.
Maybe.
So, the Tempest. That's interesting, isn't it? Could be to do with the theatre, that. Oh,
It is, isn't it?
maybe we'll find out. So this is Eccleston Street, Prescot Street, or Fountain Street as it was known. Apparently there's a stream going right under. And the reason it's here is because of that stream, because of course they had no plumbing in the houses and stuff, so they dug wells. And
would
if
get
you
the
look at them on the old maps,
from the stream.
you can see the wells go in a straight line down this street,
Right.
under the houses.
Underneath.
Yeah.
So,
And,
so how would that work? Would there be a well under each house, or
Well, wherever
On
they
the
dug
wherever
a
they
well
do,
along that
yeah.
line, you would come to an underground river
right?
water source that
Okay.
fed into Prescot Brook
Yeah.
down there. And they call it Fountain Street because it used to flood. But also,
Well, wasn't there something I heard about? You know, when Seal Street
Seal Street,
down here.
Sewell Street,
Seal Street, sorry,
Yeah.
not Seal Street. Seal Street, where they used to
catch eels in the
catch
pit.
eels, Yeah.
Yeah, they did. It
Yes,
used to be
that's
called
true,
Snig
yeah.
Lane. Yeah.
Snig Lane.
Look at this. See that? That building there. Now it's Poco Coffee. That one. 1614. You know when that was built? 1614.
Yeah.
That was a year after the Globe was burnt
Burnt
down.
down. Oh God, yeah.
So Shakespeare's Globe burnt down in 1614. 1613.
So what's
That was
this
built-
reference here to 1920?
That was that's a reproduction of
That's
this
an
side.
add-on,
That's
yeah.
not the actually the original.
No.
That is the original. And that was a year after Shakespeare.
So
Basically,
which part is the actual original? Then?
this is
That.
the. Oh, that's the original. 1614
Because that side over there,
is 1927.
well, it doesn't look much different to that.
Yeah, but if you look at the woods, you can see the difference. There is an obvious difference.
Oh yeah, there is actually, you're right.
Can you see the woods?
Fascination in that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks much older if you look at it seriously. Yeah.
You know, it's all to up there.
I can imagine it would be. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Is
Shall we
it?
go up?
Have you been in?
Have you,
Well,
have you
it's-
been upstairs
what-
at night
What's it haunted by?
There's a picture there.
by a ghost?
And there used to be a Barbara's.
Yeah.
Hopping Bob.
Up and Bob.
What's your name, by the way?
Barbara.
This is Barbara.
Barbara.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello, Barbara.
Yeah, Up and Bob. And that's where because he used to like one leg as big as the other. And if you go upstairs, right, he's there.
And you could hear him clapping up the
So
stairs.
you'd hear the noise.
Not all the time,
No,
but
just
sometimes.
sometimes. Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought it was the broom, you know, the brush stick what hit me when the finger. Must have been his walking stick.
Oh,
Maybe.
But
To get her out the way.
that's where the toilets are upstairs.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and there's a room as well where you can have a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
gosh.
That's good.
So if you go in,
Yeah.
just use the toilet, you can have a look at the room. And
That's good local knowledge.
We might do that.
and there's
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and there's a big clock,
Yeah.
what has not worked,
Yeah.
and it changes and
And so it actually, you see the hands have been changed physically.
Wow.
Blimey.
yeah.
That's great, Bob. Take that.
What's that?
That's my video channel.
Oh, is it?
Born and raised in Prescot.
I'll watch it.
You watch it. Subscribe to it. I'm just gonna. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See, and it tells you all about it there. Hopping Bob also sold tickets for the Allen Line Steamship Company. But it doesn't say anything about him being a ghost, does it?
Well, I think the staff would be able to tell you that, wouldn't they?
Possibly, Kat. On another vlog. Well, that's it. Fascinating.
Are you not going in?
No.
Are you afraid?
Yeah. I'm not prepared for it today. There's a nice restaurant there, Pinion Restaurant. It looks like these have all been done up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, behind every one of these buildings was a watchmaking factory. Like the way down here. That's an old cinema.
Oh, let's linger on this a bit.
The Limehouse Cinema.
Cinema.
Uh,
Can we stop?
1922. And
So is this, are they going to redo this?
I don't know, I think they should.
Is there any plans for it, I wonder?
No, I don't know. It would make a great cinema, wouldn't it? And
It would.
again, if it was...
Yeah.
uh,
It's such a nice building, isn't it?
yeah. It would be good,
You know,
wouldn't
so
it?
just after Halifax underneath it, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's not right, is it? So, yeah, it's a pleasant little town. I want to show you this place here. Up here is this one, Stone Street. It's one of the world's narrowest streets. It's a narrow street, Cat,
How do we know it's one of the world's narrowest?
because people used to live up here. And that
People
makes it
can't
a
live up a
street.
narrow street like that. They never get the furniture in.
I know. Should we walk
Did they
up
crane it? Did they crane it and drop it down?
I don't know. Should we go up?
Come on then.
Should we take people up with us? Come on, let's go up Stone Street. Narrowest street in Britain, one of them anyway. So here we go. It's only 28 inches wide.
No, there's a narrow one in Exeter, you know.
Yeah, I know, but that's not a street, Kath.
No.
That's an alley. They call it
an
a
alley.
street,
Yeah.
but no one ever lived there. Whereas here, they surely did live. It's 21A Eccleston Street. Have you got a king-size bed?
You'd never get it through that door. You'd have to hoist it over the wall.
You'd have problems. See these old
Though I
timbers?
think in those days they wouldn't have king-size beds, Phil.
See them old timbers up there?
Are they the original timbers?
They're the original timbers. Elizabethan,
Yeah.
dated from 1550s.
You
Yeah.
seem to know an awful lot about Prescot.
I know.
I've not been here before.
I've done a lot of research, Kath. I've done a lot of research on Prescot. Because I like the town. It gets wider here, you can see. So you can get a horse and cart up here to do your thing. Here looks like some excavations going on.
And what's that building over there? By the church?
Oh, we're going over that in a minute, so we'll have a look. Stone Street.
Somewhere.
It does. So, old stone cobbles. or what did it call them?
Are these the originals?
Sets, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, these are more
Gritstone sets, they call them.
sets. Yeah, because they're bigger than the usual cobble, aren't they?
Yeah. So this is still Stone Street. So it's still quite narrow. Before the buildings were knocked down here, it was still quite narrow street. And here, right here, we're at the top of Prescot Hill.
What, the highest point?
The highest point, just from this point
Just here.
And
Look at that, I've suddenly gone higher.
yeah. So this was the highest point in Prescot Hill. And there were two windmills up here. There's one over here, Mill Hill,
And one that way.
and one over there,
Isn't there a
Mill
restaurant
Lane.
here as well?
Not here. That's
Which way?
that's way over.
Yeah.
Way over. So two windmills. One was a horse-drawn windmill,
Yeah.
which was, I think it was further on down there, and another one is a proper windmill, and another windmill over there.
And they would be used for.
Milling corn and
Corn,
grain and stuff,
grain,
making bread
Yeah.
for the town. Of course, back in the day, they had no other way of making food. They had to make.
You wouldn't get
make
your
it
deliveries off the back of a Tesco
themselves.
truck.
No, and you wouldn't get Deliveroo coming around, would you? It's a nice old Georgian building.
Now this one here,
Yeah,
so
that's the 1930s town hall.
that was the original town hall.
No, not the original. It's the original was knocked down.
Right, okay.
And that became, in the 1930s, that became the second town hall.
Can we go over and have a look at that glass above the door there?
Yeah, this is the Conservative Club, the old Conservative Club. It's now Grade 2 listed building again. And this is, now it's a registry office.
So birth, deaths and marriages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing. So you can see this town hall here.
See the coat of arms there as well.
The old Prescot town hall, coat of arms. And yeah, Art Deco.
No, that's really nice above the door there.
Yeah,
The window.
Art Deco kind of decoration up there.
Yeah.
So
what's the meaning of this piece here?
a scales of justice kind.
Yeah.
And the time, see the time with the clock
clock,
making.
yeah.
And these here,
They
these are
would be the BI,
copper barrels.
Copper barrels for the cables.
Yeah.
Anything else in there?
No, I think that's it. Industry, Kath. Industry. So I wanted to go down Mill Brow there.
So go that back the other way.
Yeah. Because it's getting on, this video's getting a bit too long now.
That's it.
Is that Welsh, Kath?
Looks Welsh, yeah.
Isn't it? So, let's go down here. So this building on the right is newly built. That only opened about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, the Shakespeare North.
That's the Shakespeare North Playhouse Theatre. There's the stage door. It's now changed to the stage door. It was the old mill.
Used to be the old mill.
Yeah.
And before that, it was the Victoria.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's called the stage door.
Changed it again.
Yeah. So, Prescot. There we go. Shakespeare North Playhouse. And the reason why it's built here, Kath, we're going to take you around to the front of the Shakespeare North, and it's a great reason to come to Prescot, because there is evidence that historians have discovered that William Shakespeare, during his last years, actually played at the Playhouse in Prescot. The country's only
Jacobean.
purpose-built Elizabethan theatre.
This was Jacobean.
No, it's Elizabethan. But this theatre is based upon Jacobean in style. It is. So, Richard, my Richard, that's the finding of Richard III in the car park in Leicester. And it's a play by Philippa Gregory. If you read books, you'll know Philippa Gregory is not a playwright.
No.
But this is a new play by Philippa Gregory. In fact, it's her only stage play. But there you go.
Directed by Casey Posner.
Yeah.
So that's in March.
That's in March. So that's it. Lovely little look around Prescot.
Now what about this lovely church over here as well?
Yeah. I'll just go and have a look at the front of the Shakespeare North. There we go. So it's one of the 3 Shakespeare theatres in the country.
The other one's a Globe in London and the RSC in Stratford.
Yes,
So it's like a triangle completion, isn't it?
it is. Well, that's a Shakespeare of the North, Northern Shakespeare.
And don't they partner up with the other 2 theatres?
I think they do, yeah.
Yeah.
But it creates that triangle,
Yes.
Shakespearean. So that's,
And these on the edges here,
yeah,
they look very much like ruffs of the
Yeah, they do.
Elizabethan dress.
that's what it's meant to represent.
Collars.
Collars, ruffs. So this here, I'll take you around here, and then we'll finish off our video because time's getting on, Kat.
And we're losing the light,
We are.
aren't we?
Yeah, look at this. There is a trail around Prescot
Oh, that's interesting.
that has connections to Shakespeare's plays. This is from Macbeth. Thrice and once the hedgehog pig whined. Hedgehog pig. So, there we go. So, this is St Mary's Church on Church Street, and it dates from, well, the original church
Before this one.
is Anglo-Saxon. At least 2 churches have been on this site, but this one dates from 1610. Much of it, anyway.
So the original one would have been when? The one before here.
It could have been 6th century, Kath.
Wow.
Historians are still working on that. So it could have been 6th century. So, and the oldest part of Prescot is 6th century, going down here, Vicarage Place and Vicarage Walk.
So it's quite an ancient town, really, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of history here. So, yeah. So I'm just going to turn it around now.
So that's been a nice walk around Prescot.
Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed our look around Prescot.
We even got a bit of local knowledge, didn't we, from
We
a
did.
local resident, Barbara,
Yeah.
about Knocking Bob. Or it's a Hopping Bob.
Hopping Bob.
I like Knocking Bob.
Knocking Bob.
Because he's always knocking his walking stick.
The people are very friendly around here, you'll find. And I've got a confession to make.
Go on. I think people know that by now.
Did he? This is actually my hometown of Prescott. But I thought we'd do it in a kind of like travel log way, as if we were just visiting.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd give that impression out there as a travel log thing, and we'll add it to our Two Loons Lautrec. Our Two Loons Lautrec channel is all about discovering art and culture around the country, where we travel out to find
And
the history
historic
history, culture,
historic
art, life and death.
Historic points of interest.
That's right.
When you can get a word in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just show you this at the end. This is Our Lady's Immaculate and St Joseph's Catholic Church, which is quite a mouthful. That is, and that was designed by R.J. Hanson.
Who designed the
Hanson cabs. Yeah.
A lot of money's got into that building there.
But
He had a pretty penny.
he was also an architect. So that's him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the architects who make the money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed our vlog, and please give us a thumbs up,
Give us a like.
give us a like,
Subscribe. Click the bell for notifications.
click the bell for notifications.
So you know when the next one will be.
Yeah. And yeah, share it on your social media and everything else that you need to do. And we'll see you in the next
one.
edition of
2 Loons.
Lautrec.
Bye.
Bye.